Howdy doody. It's another day. Um, so yesterday I saw somebody and they were opening up about their situation, and it reminded me of my past situation with my kid's dad. And hearing the person talk made me think, I remember making those excuses. I remember validating him in so many ways of how he did do certain things and it was okay because he lacked in these areas. And I never thought at the time that those were lessons for me. Those were ways for me to find myself again. Those were ways for me to re-empower myself and love myself and say, you know what, I deserve better than this. And the hardest part in my decision was having children and wanting them to have that family, wanting them to always experience what I thought the rest of society had. And even at that time, religion did take a role in my choices. And it came down to, even my aunt asked me yesterday, why did you stay so long? And I had to explain that it's not a matter of choice. Once we're in that, our brains get rewired. We start accepting things that we would not have had we maintained the mentality had what we had when we entered that relationship. And it's hard because a lot of people don't realize that they're changing. And that's what we do when we're coping. One day it's like, I'm going to be this way, and we stand up for ourselves and we compromise, and then we don't realize that we're giving in. There's not a compromise anymore. We're given a choice and we accept it. And that path gets murkier and we don't realize it. And like I've always said, it's a slow descent into hell. But then one day you wake up and you're like, how did I get here? And by the time you realize you're there, you don't know how to get out because you're not who you were when you were taking that walk. So this is just a reminder that you cannot save somebody else. You can pray for them all day long, but sometimes we have to love people from a distance because we can lose ourselves trying to love somebody else. And when you lose yourself, it is one huge ride trying to find yourself again. And it takes a lot. You have bits and pieces of you, and then your mind, your memories have changed. You don't know who you were. You don't know what you stood for. You don't know what you believe in. You don't know what you want. You don't have goals anymore. Your goal is to make this work. Make this work. I've got to stay together. And the one thing I've learned, everyone in society will stay together for the kids. But sometimes the best thing you can do is separate yourself and heal yourself, because that's what they need to see. Because we're teaching our sons and daughters how to allow others to treat them based off of what we're willing to accept. And we forget that we are those teachers, that we are the ones that are responsible for being that guide. So in the end, you have to ask yourself, what's more important, the illusion of a family or the reality of being treated with respect, being treated with true love, authentic love, being treated with compassion, empathy, being treated as if you are an equal, because that's what children need to see. Not that we can scream louder and stand our ground and you can't push me around. They don't need to see that kind of strength, because in reality, that's a weakness. That is being assertive in a way that you're going to hear me. And I remember I used to yell so much. And a memory my children have of me is I was yelling. And over time, your children will lose respect for you. As you try to stay and maintain that relationship for them, you're actually losing their respect for you. So the best thing you can do, this is not me telling you what to do, this is me sharing my experience, is to let go. And a lot of people want to hear let go and let God, whatever it is you have to do. But you have to distance your energy from that person, and that's the hardest part. The hardest part is having the faith that it is going to work out for the best. It's going to work out for your higher good, and it's going to work out to put your children in a path of their life that's going to lead them to healing, because we do hurt our children, by allowing ourselves to be hurt in front of them. So that's a little bit of a deeper, tougher message today, but after that encounter yesterday, it's just been on my head, and if I don't get it off, it's just going to get louder and louder. So sending you peace, love, and light, and I got to get going to do that thing. Bye, and stay strong.